My name is Colin Holoboff, and I pivoted from bartender to an entrepreneur during a pandemic to a national account manager with Zoom, specifically Zoom Phone. I studied communications and then was offered this really cool job in the restaurant industry. The restaurant closed. I went into the program. I finished the program. I didn't get certified, went into lockdown, came back like 4 months later with my mask company and was like, I'd like to repitch as a mask entrepreneur. And the entire panel was like, well, you're certified. How can we help? Which was an amazing feeling. I knew that there was going to be a bubble with that once they were available at the gas station for 50 cents and in the dollar store, and everybody had 10 that, and my sales just went like off a cliff in a matter of weeks. So pulled the pin on that and I'm like, hey, what am I going to do? I want to work in sales. I want to work in tech, and I want to work from home. And through LinkedIn and through the skill set that Higher Landing and Jackie taught me, I landed with a third-party vendor of Rogers Communications. Through that experience, one of the trainers from that program went off and got it and landed at Zoom, and basically called me up one day and was like, Colin, I think you would be really good on this Zoom Phone campaign. 3 interviews with Zoom and landed the job. There's, what Jackie calls like damage control, where it's like you take a job out of desperation. You got to pay the bills. And I was doing that for 15 years, just like not happy, but I wasn't like setting my boundaries and being like, they're not the right fit for me. That reverse interviewing. To answer your question, I would never go back to an old role, and I don't recommend anybody ever going back. My mindset back then would have probably been like, yeah, for sure, let's take these. If they were free courses, I probably wouldn't have gone into debt to upscale. Today, I would say no. I would say get an entry-level job at a startup like I did with Rogers. Like we were a third-party vendor, and like set some goals. My goal was to do 10,000 calls, and I knew by the time I did 10,000 calls that that was it. And at 9,500, I got headhunted to go over to Zoom. So my advice for anybody would be, you can pivot into anything you want. Just be prepared to start as the busboy, as the dishwasher. And after enough time, you'll become the head bartender, and then you'll own the restaurant if that's what your dream is and you're passionate about. When I was pivoting in my head, like early on, I left the evenings and weekends for day shifts, and that was a massive pay cut, right? There's no money in Tuesday lunch rush, right? So I took that pay cut, and then with 7X, so the Rogers affiliate, I was underpaid, but there was targets and bonuses and commission structures. But we also got the best benefit package in Canada from day one of training. So that's a trait. Like I never had insurance as a bartender. So you start taking care of your body with all these benefits. So now your mental health is better, your well-being's better. At the end of the day, pay is not the most important thing. the things I learned, like the LinkedIn, the, you know, your North Star, your story, mine was very convoluted. And there was no like symmetry between my resume and my LinkedIn. And like, I didn't know what I wanted to be. Sticking to your North Star, sticking to your guns. You are who you are, and don't try and change for anybody. Be you, because if you're not you and you surround yourself by people you're pretending to be, you're gonna not like those people after 3 or 4 or 6 months or a year, because they're not your tribe, right? If you're just you, well, there are people like you out there. You'll eventually find them, they'll become your tribe, and they'll make you feel good about yourself, and you'll make them feel good about themselves.